Jimmy Patsos in studio, head coach of Siena Saints basketball. And for a second, Carmelo Anthony should take a back seat because here in the Capital Region this weekend, Albany Cup, baby.
Big
Siena,
game.
UAlbany. All right.
Fun game.
Coach
Fun
Patsos,
game.
what did you learn as a head coach? I mean, you've been involved in rivalries, of course, in the past, but after being a part of Siena UAlbany last year, what do you take into your second year now in the Albany Cup?
Oh, I mean, it's a great game. You know, Will Brown and I told someone this the other day. When Albany plays, I root for them, except when they play us. You know, Will's a friend of mine. He's gone to 2 NCAAs, but his track record over 14 years is tremendous. He's built that program sort of from nothing because they went D1 and then they had these problems, and Will came in and cleaned it up. So it's really good. But it's only my second year here, so I'm learning it. But all I know is between the attention it gets, between the crowds it gets, and then being on TV in the state, and we're both. The good news is we're pretty even schools. You know, like I know Will was talking about the MAC being a better conference, but that's only from 1 through 11. Vermont, Stony Brook, Albany, the last 10 years, tremendous schools. BU was in their league. And in other words, what I'm saying is it's great that two local teams have pretty much the same type of teams, good true mid-majors. You know, Albany's a true mid-major power. Siena has been up and down a true mid-major power. He's been a little more consistent the last 10 years. We've had some real highs, especially with Fran McCaffrey. It's cool that they're both like on the same track. It's right downtown the arena. I know he wants to play at his place. And I empathize with Will on that. We can switch gears on that. I empathize that he wants to have the game at home. It's a business decision it's over my pay grade, if it's fair to say. So
yeah, at 5:30.
And we'll talk about that. But it's a great game, and it's a fun game, and the players are really looking forward to it, and I think that's important.
Yeah, at 5:30 we have on Coach Will Brown, and we're going to talk to him, because it is at your home arena, technically being a Times Union.
Sure.
Should it, go to SEF2 eventually is what I'm going to ask Coach Brown.
Yeah, like I said, that's just above my pay grade because it's still business. You're going to sell tickets and how many people, and a lot of concessions
Would
are
you
made.
be bummed if it goes to SEF2 every other year?
That's not for me to say.
Okay.
Because you have to get money involved. We give Albany money. Albany gets a check from us for part of that game. They don't just come down for free. Hello, everyone. They get a big check, a 5-figure check for coming down. We give them a piece of the profits of those 10,000 people sold. I've said it all along. I just think if we all get in the room, and that includes the 2 presidents, the 2 ADs, the 2 women's coach, and me and Will, and there's 8 people, and whatever the majority is you decide to do, you go with it. Of course, if everybody says we should play home and away, that's cool. It's just, it gets 10,000, and that's what makes it a special game, and there's no other arena. I wish we had a neutral arena.
Yeah, and you being here in your second year, you're going with the flow.
I just want to keep the game going because I know how lucky it is to have a game that matters this much because I come from a school where you didn't have a game that mattered this much. I'm sorry.
Speaking of the game mattering this much, you guys last year fell to UAlbany. Is that something that the players still talk about? I remember I was in your press conference last year and you go, this is going to kill us for a year. For an entire year now, we have to talk about how UAlbany won this year.
Yeah, I didn't say kill it. I just said, it's cool.
I improvise, Coach. I'm a radio guy. I blow it out of proportion sometimes. You weren't even
there. You weren't even
Come on. Yeah. Whatever.
No, it's like the way the St. Bonaventure Cup's cool. You keep the cup. They have the cup. But you got to remember, I'm coming from a place where a long time ago Georgetown and Maryland played. And it was a great thing. And we moved it around. And then there was a big fight amongst everybody, and we stopped playing it. And it was just bad for the whole D.C. area that stopped getting played. Then I went to Baltimore where whoever, it never mattered that much, Armen, who we played in Baltimore. Like, we played 1,000 at our place and sold out. That's 2,500. We have an arena downtown. They wouldn't give us the arena because they said you won't sell enough tickets. In other words, I just am lucky to be part of this game, and I don't lose sight of that because it's only my second year here. I don't speak for Will, but I love what he does at his program and everything, and he's a real fighter, which I really respect from him. Whether we should play at his place or not is not for me because there's money involved, there's TV involved. What does Time Warner want? What does the Cup want? Who's in charge of the Albany Cup? What do the athletic directors want? How do you maximize the game? Are these up for discussion because the contract's up? Sure. But let's have a discussion. And we will. And Will and I know that we have to have a discussion. But I've said
is the contract
always,
up this year?
Yes. Okay. And that's why Single Ace and Wilkin are writing this all the time because A, it's up, and B, they're trying to promote the game. It's like Joe Frazier and Ali. And that's okay. That's kind of the way it's supposed to be. But we understand that it's an important game. But I just don't know of a mid-major game that gets 10,000 people this time of year. If you can find me one, I'll be happy to listen to you. I don't.
I understand it's beyond your pay grade, but you are okay playing on another court besides Times Union as a head coach of your basketball team. You're okay going into a hostile environment. You're not trying to dodge that.
No, we go on the road to play everybody home and away. It's not about that. But this is called the Albany Cup. And I wasn't here when this originally started. See, once again, I've only been here 2 years, so I don't want to be. Don't ask me I don't want to. I'm
Jimmy Patsos said,
I'm not like the president of the United States. I don't want to go in and make policy in 18 months. I'm actually going to listen and learn to the people that have been here for a while. Mm-hmm. It's called listen to experienced voices and have a reasonable conversation. I don't want it like Washington where no one talks to each other and everybody just bitches about each other and nothing gets done. Yeah. I'm open. I'm happy. That's why I'm a registered independent.
Good stuff, Coach Jimmy Patsos, head coach, Siena Saints basketball.